Hey guys, Fire here from InDepth Gaming, bringing you another game review. This time we're checking out Trails and Traces, The Tomb of Thomas 2. This game was developed by Because Games and published by Ratalaika Games and released on April 22nd, 2021 for a price of $4.99. At the time of recording this review, you can save 20% as it is available for $3.99. So what is Trails and Traces of Thomas 2? This is a point-and-click story adventure game where you kind of go around collecting a bunch of different, items and interacting with characters to try to help find some like treasure type items that you're looking for, but also have a story that unravels with some pretty shitty characters as you continue to play. As you go through the game, a lot of what this game does is it doesn't explain to you what to do. You have to kind of figure it out on your own. So I'm not going to show too much of the narrative story, but I do want to show off a little bit of how the gameplay works. So it's fairly easy controls, but at the same time a little frustrating. So the way the game functions is you have this kind of pointer that you move around, and then what you can do is click on items, and if you hold A and hover over the hand, you'll kind of interact with an item, but if you hover over the eye, you'll stare at it. So what you want to do in this game is interact with items to try and find resources and things that you can use to further progress through the puzzles. You can also then hit B, and as you gather things in your inventory, you can drag them out and use them. Now, to drag them, you actually click on them versus holding, and then you can interact with various other objects in the game. And a lot of what you're doing is just trying to figure out what interacts with other items, and then you'll start to gather and collect certain things based on what you find your interactions work well with. One thing you can do, which is kind of, cheating if you want, is there are plenty of guides already out there where you can go through and sort of figure out how to complete things, so you can do this game in under about 20 to 30 minutes with some guides. But I would recommend, if you like a good story-based point-and-click game and you've never tried, to really try figuring this game out on your own. But if you do get stuck, use those guides as a way to kind of figure out how to do those. I'll give a shout out to our friend of ours, Cheetah Guides. He's already done a full gameplay walkthrough for this already, and it is pretty helpful if you do get stuck anywhere along the way. Now, some of the things that you will find that are a little tricky is if you look here, it looks like there's just that same oil spill, but there's actually a crowbar there. So it can be a little difficult trying to see the things you need to pick. So you want to try to be very gentle in the movements that you do make while you're trying to navigate around. You're going to go through a bunch of different areas, from street towns and stores to kind of this pirate ship to a mansion, as you go through the different little chapters while you're going around, but it's nothing that's too impossible. As far as the achievement list for the game, you're looking at about 12 achievements to get the full 1,000, and they're all pretty straightforward. I don't think there's really too many missables. I think they kind of all will unlock as you play through the game. But nonetheless, though, it is a kind of neat little point and click, and especially under $5 or $5 depending on if you get it while it's on sale or not, it's not a bad pickup for some quick easy gamer score as well. If you guys do have any questions about the game, as always, let us know down in the comments. If I have to give this game any type of a rating, I'm probably looking at giving it about a 5 out of 10. It's extremely short for what it is, and I'm not a super big fan of how the controls work. I think instead of having to hold A to interact with things, they could definitely have taken advantage of using different buttons on the controller versus just making you have to figure out how to do everything as you go. And there's not a whole lot of super explanation, and there's a lot of dialogue in the game that doesn't even really need to be there, so that is kind of a turn point for me. Outside of that, though, if you guys do have any questions, as always, let us know down in the comments. I hope you guys enjoy and have a great day, and we'll catch you next time.